Well, hello, I'm Jane Foy. My husband, Patrick Foy, was diagnosed with vascular dementia 8 years ago this month. Our situation before we applied for Medicare, I would say, was becoming dire, where my husband's dementia was accelerating very fast to the point where it became obvious that I could no longer be his sole caregiver, that he had to have 24/7 professional care. His physical health was fine. Mine, however, was deteriorating. That was just an enormous stressor. I mean, it kept me up, it kept me awake at night. It worried me I had no idea what I was going to do if I couldn't get him into a Medicaid situation and into a Medicaid approved home. I tried to apply for Medicaid on my own, and I followed what I thought were all the directions. I spoke on the phone and I texted and emailed a caseworker, and I still didn't do it right. I went home and I went online to find, and I just asked online, I just Googled online, organizations, companies that can help get you through Medicaid. And Eldercare Planning came up. And then from there, I just followed their recommendations and basically hired them. The first thing is that they assured me that they knew what they were doing, and I believed them. They made sure that every bit of paperwork that they asked for, I sent to them. So bank accounts, and you don't realize it's the banking, it's the checking, it's the savings. It's a business account, checking and savings. It's every proof of who you are and who you say you are and your income. I had completely forgotten about a small life insurance policy on my husband that was not very much cash value, but which he paid on, periodically. Well, that without them, I would first of all included that in our net worth, our income, and it would have put him over the limit, even though it was such a small amount. But you don't know these things until you're turned down. Well, I told my representatives about that, and there was a huge red flag. Said, we have to do something about that or you will be turned down. But I found that out before I applied, which is, otherwise, if you don't know the mistakes that you're making, then you make them and you get turned down. So every step of the way, I think the very onset, the first group of paperwork documents that I sent, I think I sent 97 pages of documentation to them. And again, you have to keep in mind, this may be taking up most of your day to day, but think in terms of the end result. Your husband is going into a nursing home where he's going to be cared for 24/7, and you are not going to lose every bit of your life savings putting him there. So that's, it's hard to describe how grateful I am for their expertise and their support. But everything they said was absolutely right and right on and totally professional. And I'm just thrilled that I chose them. They lived up to their reputation. All the testimonials that I read were true. Basically what it was they offered a service, they fulfilled the service on time and exactly the way they said it was going to, with I must say, professionalism and grace. And everyone was so polite and so helpful and so supportive. So I'm really thrilled that I made that choice. And I must say, I've recommended the company to someone whose mother is going to have to go through the same thing my husband did.